Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and taking a look at recruiting before a big matchup. Before this matchup versus Michigan State, number 10 in the nation is Michigan State. We are ranked number 4 right now, and the turnaround with this program has just been remarkable. I've turned it around way quicker than what I thought I would. But they started with a 3-star school, which kind of gave me a little leg up. Dwayne Kelly, remember this DN that I added, and I saw him on the all prospects list, and he was nice. 76 overall. He's a game changer at defensive end. If you look at him here, 93 pursuit, power moves at 87, so he's a pretty good defensive end right out the gate. Kenny Green, a top strong safety, we're ahead by almost 900 points. He is 78 overall, 88 speed, 97 press, and 72 player recognition, 80 tackle, which is pretty good. Defensive tackle Marcus Wright, we're actually in second place with this guy, behind 1300, but it's probably going to get down to the off season because it looks like we made the cut, and we do have a visit coming up, so that should probably keep us in the race. But this first team does have a visit week 14, I believe that was. Yeah, week 14. So Harold Brewer, an athlete, I'm behind 600 with this guy. 89 speed, 77 route running, 86 route running, 77 catching. He looks like a receiver pretty much. I don't think there's any question with that, but actually he does have some running back skills. So we get his visit in week 10, so we're only behind 600, so we can actually cover some ground catching up to him. Will Jenkins, the number 1 kicker, we're ahead by 26,000, and he's a pretty nice kicker. He's number 1 kicker, 3-star, 92 power. We definitely need a kicker. Chris Tolbert, tackle, 600 points we give him, and we're ahead by 65, and we have his visit week 14, so we're gonna get the last laugh, and I have a feeling we're just gonna shatter all these bonus goals. I think we will, along with Charles Rucker. He's coming the same week, which I think is competitive, because if we have 2 guys the same position coming the same week, you kind of lose some points, but I think it's only 50 points you lose, so that's not too bad. Kyle Hardy, I'm gonna get him. I mean, he's 3,300 ahead of the next team, and we're the only school that has a visit scheduled, so he might commit in this next week. Andrew Thompson, a top tight end that we have, 68 overall, but he actually has some nice skills. If you look at his skills here, we go to scouting, 79 speed, which isn't bad, but 80 catching, that's not low for a tight end. Tight ends usually come in with like low 70s catching. Then he has 69 release, 75 route running, which is pretty good. His blocking is probably what brings him down a little bit, and obviously probably his awareness coming in. Jeremy Stallings, the center. Warren Dukes, he's got 97 Excel. We're first on his list. I'm looking to get him, man. I'm gonna like to use that 97 Excel. Maybe I can actually, he's got 91 route running, but he does have some ball carrier skills, so maybe I can use him at the running back position, because I definitely would like somebody who can get to full speed that quickly. That'd be pretty dope. So let me put some more points on him, make sure he comes. And then Edgar Hines, we just added him to the board not too long ago, still behind 400 points, but I do like his skills. He's got 91 speed, 80 Excel, 80 press, 78, 76 man. So I think he's a guy that can possibly blossom into a pretty good player. So I'm actually gonna put 400 on him. I'm gonna make sure I get Garen Dukes, because I think he can translate into a running back. You never know. So that's our recruiting board, man. We're going up against Michigan State. And remember, the last couple of years, Michigan State hasn't been a very good school in my dynasty, so it's nice to see them at top 10. And let's just look at the matchup between the two of us. So let's look at their schedule, because in order to get to number 10, they had to beat some guys. Let's just actually look at this really quick. So they beat Wisconsin, beat Northwestern, blew out Illinois, blew out Central Michigan. So they really haven't played too tough of teams yet. But I mean, I guess that warrants the top 10. That means the top 10 must not be that good this year. But look at this: number 4 Indiana, then number 3 Michigan, then number 7 Ohio State. So they got a schedule coming up, starting with us. So let's hop into this gameplay, man. As you can see, the rankings, we're number 1 in points per game, number 1 in rush defense, and look at that, they're pretty much top 50 in everything. So this is gonna be a good game. But let's just get into it. Let's get it. So this is going to be the 3rd season I get to face Brian Lewerke, And right off the bat, he's giving the ball. No more LJ Scott. They have Hayward in there at running back, number 8, breaking it for a big 65-yard gainer. Connor Hayward getting his first year as a starter for Michigan State over the All-American, I think. At least he was all Big Ten. LJ Scott, and another Scott gets the ball. This one's Todd Scott. And the Michigan State offense comes down the field, stomps into Indiana on our home turf, and scores on the first drive of the game. So what do we have to do? We have to go back out on offense and answer, because they're number 10 in the nation. This is not going to be an easy game. They are undefeated. Our conference is definitely a powerhouse, and this is probably the best looking conference we've had so far in this dynasty. And on a 3rd and 5, Ramsey's dropping back, finding Ferguson on the slants, and man, these slants are working this game. So I'm gonna go back-to-back slants, finding Ferguson here. But on a 1st and 10, attempting to try something deep, and a throw into double coverage. Wilson cannot come up with the grab. He tries to go up. Look, he tries to catch it one-handed. I thought he was going to go up more aggressively than that, and because he didn't, maybe it was a bad throw. It probably was a bad decision on that one, and they capitalize, giving it once again to the new running back of the Michigan State Spartan. He's going to break it all the way to the 1-yard line, and man, this Michigan State offense is rolling. But look at this, man. Marcelino Ball getting run over in the hole. And you know Michigan State, you know this Heisman, they're going to give it back to Hayward. He's going to get in for the touchdown on the 2-yard run. And Michigan State up 14-0 early in the first quarter. So Ramsey has to score soon, or else we're going to fall into a hole in this game. So it is 14-0. And what do we have to do? We have to get our man involved. Devontae Williams giving him the ball up the middle for a 5-yard gain. So now we're past the 50-yard line on a 1st and 10. A play action pass. Dave Ferguson gets behind the defense. The ball is underthrown, but luckily he was wide open. So we do complete it up inside the 10-yard line. And on a 1st and goal, attempted to get the ball back to him, but Ramsey underthrows him. And he was open in the corner end zone, but Ramsey underthrows him, and they come up with the 2nd interception. So, man, they're up 14-0, and they get the ball back. But on a 3rd and 6, they attempt to throw, run a curl flash play, and nobody's open on that one. So we do get them to punt. So we get the ball back, and now we're past the 50-yard line. Ramsey's going to drop back. And like I said, I'm running these slant routes. I probably missed a wide open slant over the middle on that one. We take a sack. So on a 3rd and 9, Ramsey's going to drop back in the shotgun, roll out to the right, a slant play once again, and Ferguson's going to be open on the sideline. So, man, they're not covering these slants very well, and they're playing a lot of zone, not a lot of man, and Ferguson's going to get open on that one. So one more for the boys back home. Going to run another slant pattern. I see Dave Ferguson open in the end zone, and he's going to wait under it for the touchdown in the corner end zone. So we're back in this game. 14-7 Dave Ferguson, the freshman. And this is not a freshman-to-freshman connection, but Ramsey, an old friend of ours, finds him in the corner end zone. So Lewerke has some work to do, comes back out running there for an 8-yard gain. He's not much of a runner in this game. I mean, in real life, he can actually run pretty well, but in this game, he doesn't really scramble that much. So he scrambles that time for 8 yards, and Andre Brown drops the pick. So we get the ball back after the punt, giving the ball to who else? Dave Ferguson, the freshman. He's dynamic. He can get the ball all over the field. So on a 2nd and 2, attempting a screen play, Devontae Williams breaks the tackle. But look at that. Who is that out there blocking? That is, it looks like Tasir Mack missed that block. And if he would have had that block, I would have been on my way to the end zone. So we get inside the 30-yard line, take a big sack. So a 2nd and 21. Once again, taking another sack. So 3rd and 29. I mean, we don't convert, so we had to punt the ball away, and Lewerke takes over. Andre Brown drops another pick, but on a 2nd and 10, Lewerke's going to drop back, throw the ball deep, and Marcus Rutledge, the true sophomore, is going to pick it off on that one. And what great coverage he has on his defenders. on his receivers, and he is turning into an All-American at the position. So on the ensuing drive, 45 seconds left in this half, Devontae Williams going to bust it to the outside, get inside the 15-yard line. Devontae Williams, he's all reliable, giving him the ball. That one's going to be a long gain up to the almost a 10-yard line, and we got 30 seconds left in this game. We're going to try to get a TD on the board. So with 20 seconds left, I see Devontae Williams open in the flat, and we get the Heisman cheese animation. This time it's on our side. Get the stiff arm, get in for the touchdown, and we tie this game up at 14 going into half. So we get the ball off to start off the second half, and what do we do? Give it to Tasir Mack. I honestly think that Tasir Mack is my best offensive weapon. Actually, I mean, I think he's let me rephrase that. I think he's my best offensive player, maybe not my best offensive weapon, because Dave Ferguson does a lot for us in the slot. And as you can see, we tried to set our feet on that one, and we throw a horrible throw. But on the next ensuing drive, Lewerke doesn't see the middle linebacker, Richie Simmons, who's there for the interception, and we take over. We luck out, actually, take over. And Ramsey's going to find Wilson open for the 21-yard touchdown. And that's exactly what I was trying to do on that one interception that he threw earlier to Dave Ferguson. But this time Ramsey puts it in there. And we are in business right now. I mean, we're up by 7 points. Starting to show some signs of life after a very slow start. So to start the third quarter, we get them to punt away again, and Devontae Williams just gets punished on that one. But we're going to start giving the ball off to him because we need to use some clock, use this ground game, and maybe we're throwing the ball a little too often, so we have to get him involved. And on a 1st and 10, Rams is going to drop back, roll out to the right, slide in after a nice scramble there. But on a 3rd and 19, we find our tight end, Sean Bonner. They send a cover 0, but somebody forgets to cover the tight end, and Sean Bonner gets in for the touchdown. So now we're up 2 touchdowns at the end of the third quarter. 2 minutes left in this third quarter, and Lewerke's going to find his receiver Jackson on the screen pass. But later in this drive, on a 3rd and 12, Lewerke's going to drop back, throw to the outside, and this one's going to be incomplete. Marcus Rutledge with the coverage on that one. So we do force a punt, but look at this. They run a fake punt on 4th down and convert it. Remember, this is reminiscent of our bowl game versus Washington. They ran it on us, and we couldn't stop it. I mean, we thought we had it, and man, come on. I mean, they have to capitalize on this, giving the ball to Cam Chambers. And man, that's a devastator because we were in the cruise control. I mean, we had that drive stopped, and they ran the punt, and now they're down by 7. So this is still a game, but we do have a couple of playmakers on our side. Joe Richard, Baby Grunt getting the ball there over the middle. So Ramsey on a 3rd and 10 gonna drop back, but the pass rush is too much to handle. Michigan State, they got athletes flying everywhere. So now they have 3 minutes left in this game to drive the length of the field, and Lewerke is finding his receiver on the slant route that time. And on 3rd and 7, once again finding his receiver Stewart, breaking a tackle, getting across the 50-yard line. So under 2 minutes left in this game, Lewerke is going to just get rid of it, avoid the sack, and the receiver is going to catch it on the outside there. Nelson, that is. So Lewerke now, 1.5 minutes left in this half. He's going to drop back, and when a play breaks down like that, that's what I hate. The defenders just act stupid. The receivers get open, and he's going to find his receiver open. So now they're inside the 15-yard line. 50 seconds left in this game on a 3rd and 4. He's going to throw it to the outside, but Marcus Rutledge is going to drop a pick. That one would have sealed it, so they go for it. They have to on a 4th and 4, and Lewerke's going to run out of the pocket, and look at this hit. This hit stops him before the first, but somehow the animation gives him the fall forward. So on a 1st and goal, Lewerke is going to drop back, find his receiver over the middle, Hunter Rison, and that's going to tie this game up And it's going to give us a little bit of time here. 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and we're going to find Michael Woods. He's going to get smacked on that one. But 20 seconds left in this game. Rams going to roll out to the right side. See nobody open, but Ferguson is going to make a move upfield, but he's going to drop it. That was probably good defense on that one. Easily would have put us in the field goal range to seal this game, but we get one last heave before overtime, and we cannot take advantage. So we go to overtime, and the Michigan State Lewerke, they're hot on offense, finding Chris Chambers there, and on the next play, he's going to run the triple option, get it out to the running back, and he's going to march into the end zone. So Lewerke is just putting together quite the offense here towards the end of the game, and it forces overtime and scores on the first possession of overtime. So what are we going to do? We're going to run the ball because we need to make sure that we have a balanced attack here. So on a 2nd and goal, running a triple option, I try to pitch the ball that time to Paul Stone, but they do not let me pitch it. So on a 3rd and goal, I see nobody open. I run the slants. I'm going to roll out to the left side. Ramsey's going to see an open lane to the touchdown, but he gets tackled at the 1-yard line. So on a 4th and goal, gonna run the ball, and just like that, this game is over on the hit by Harrison. What a huge hit that time. He was a defensive tackle playing linebacker on that one, and what a heartbreaker. It gets down to the last play on the 1-yard line in overtime, and we get hit. This is going to be tough to overcome because Michigan State is in our division. They're undefeated. We're not. What a tough loss to take. So the win streak at home is over. Michigan State finally gets their revenge on us. And man, what a tough pill to swallow. Not a great game all around from our team, but those 2 turnovers early in the game come back to bite us, especially that slant route to Ferguson where Ramsey underthrew the receiver. Man, we definitely got to bounce back. We definitely had to win out in order to make the Big Ten championship. Man, hit subscribe, hit that like button. I don't know, our national championship hopes might be dead. They might be alive. They might, I don't know. It's kind of murky right now. But we got to see going forward, so stay tuned.